Ever notice how people ignore red flags, then later act shocked when everything falls apart? Or how family members warn someone about a relationship, but they keep saying things like, oh, you're judging me. Oh, things are different now. You just don't understand them like I do. Only for years to pass and everyone sees the damage. Well, welcome to the book of Judges. Let's see how Judges 1 and 2 still connects to life today. Good morning, family. It's time for your morning juice. The book of Joshua ended with victory, but Judges begin with compromise. At first, everything still looks successful. Battles are being won. Territory is being taken. The structure is still standing. But underneath the surface, something dangerous is already growing. Something important happens in this book. Judah is chosen to lead. Now, if you think back to Genesis, when leadership and rulership were connected, they were connected to Judah. So here we go. Understand that these were not random people. These were people chosen for responsibility. But even with that calling, they still started tolerating things God told them not to keep around. Some of the enemies were removed, others were controlled, but others were simply allowed to stay. And we still do similar things. So don't be quick to judge them, because sometimes we keep toxic behavior around because we think we can manage it. We think we can change that person. We think we're strong enough to deal with the fallout, or we just don't think the warning applies to us until the very thing we tolerated starts affecting our peace, our house, our emotion, our children. Then we realize because we compromise, we are destroying the very thing that we wanted. It doesn't happen quickly. It grows quietly, and eventually what started small became normal. Now, as we shift, the Judges say something that's so heartbreaking. The book of Judges, another generation grew up who did not know the Lord or what they had done or what he had done for Israel. Think about that for a second. The previous generation saw miracles. They crossed the Jordan. They watched the walls of Jericho fall. But somewhere along the way, the next generation inherited the structure without the conviction. And that's when that cycle began. People drifting, pressure increase, oppression rises. They cry out for help. And God in his mercy rose up judges. And not the courtroom judges. These judges were meant to deliver. They were leaders. They were rescuers. But something crazy is happening. While the judges were alive, the people listened and experienced peace again. But once that judge died, the people drifted right back into compromise. Now, before we judge that, think about how that toxic behavior exists today. Some people only act disciplined when certain people are around. You know how certain families have that one person everybody straightens up around when they walk into the room. The behavior change. They try to fix what they say. They watch every word. But once that person leaves, the behavior returns. Well, welcome to Judges. Temporary correction without true transformation. Then comes one of the heaviest moments in the chapter. The angel of the Lord appears. And he tells them, I brought you out. I led you to this land. I will never break my covenant. But the question is, why have you disobeyed me? And then God explains the consequences very clearly. The very thing they refused to move would become traps, pressure, and ongoing oppression in their lives. Opposition will continuously be there. Now, we excuse habits, we compromise, and we normalize certain behaviors. The things we refuse to confront eventually start shaping us. And sometimes what we tolerate privately becomes the battle our children and family have to fight publicly. Sip on that, family, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.